Imagine this for a moment. You're sitting quietly at home, maybe reading, maybe watching television, and suddenly you feel a strange tightness in your chest. It's not just discomfort, it's pressure, and it seems to spread to your arm or jaw. You start sweating, you feel dizzy, and a wave of fear runs through you. In that moment, 1,000 thoughts might rush through your mind, and the scariest part is that you might be completely alone. Now here's what most people don't realize. Heart attacks don't always announce themselves with drama like in the movies. There's no dramatic clutching of the chest and collapsing to the floor every time. Many times they come quietly, creeping in with symptoms that feel like something less serious. Gas, indigestion, or even just fatigue. And when they do, the choices you make in those first few minutes can be the difference between survival and tragedy. Before we dive in, let me pause for a second. If you find videos like this useful, if you believe knowledge can save lives, then please take a quick moment to subscribe. That one click not only helps you stay informed, but also helps us reach more people with life-saving content. You never know when this information might protect you or someone you love. Now let's keep going. Most people think they would naturally know what to do if something this serious happened to them. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Panic changes everything. In a state of fear, people make decisions that can actually make things worse. Some ignore the warning signs, convincing themselves it's nothing. Others try to tough it out, thinking rest will solve it. And many wait too long before calling for help, not wanting to make a fuss. These reactions are very human, but they can also be deadly. A heart attack is like a ticking clock. Every second counts because your heart muscle is being starved of oxygen. The longer you wait, the more damage is done. Doctors often say heart attacks rarely give you second chances. If you make the wrong move in those moments, you might not get another shot at survival. That's why knowing what not to do is just as critical as knowing what to do. And before I share the very first mistake you should never make, let me remind you, subscribing means you'll never miss important health tips like these. We're building a community of people who value their health and want to age stronger and smarter together. So if you haven't yet, hit that button now, because what you're about to learn could literally save your life. All right, mistake number 1, ignoring the symptoms. This is one of the deadliest choices people make. It's human nature to hope discomfort will pass. We tell ourselves, maybe it's just indigestion, maybe I pulled a muscle, maybe I just need rest. But when it comes to a heart attack, waiting is like gambling with your life. Every single minute your heart goes without enough oxygen, the damage builds. Something that could be treated quickly can turn fatal if ignored. The tricky part? Heart attack symptoms don't look the same for everyone. For some, it's that crushing chest pain you always hear about. For others, it might be mild arm pain, jaw discomfort, sudden shortness of breath, or even nausea. Women especially may have symptoms that don't match the classic description: unusual fatigue, dizziness, or back pain. And here's the heartbreaking truth. Many people ignore these subtle signals until it's too late. Your body is sounding the alarm, but if you dismiss it, you're giving the heart attack more time to cause irreversible harm. Fear also plays a role. People worry. What if I'm wrong? What if I go to the hospital and it's just heartburn? I'll feel embarrassed. But ask yourself this: what's worse? Embarrassment for a few hours or risking your life? Doctors would rather you come in for a false alarm than stay at home and never come in at all. And let's be honest, some people, especially those who live alone, don't want to bother anyone. They think they can tough it out. But you can't willpower your way through a heart attack. The longer you wait, the greater the damage. Even if you survive, you may face permanent heart failure that changes your quality of life forever. So here's my message. If you ever feel chest pressure, unusual pain, sudden shortness of breath, or unexplained dizziness, don't brush it off. Don't tell yourself you'll sleep it away. Treat every warning as serious until a doctor proves otherwise. A false alarm at the hospital is far better than ignoring a real one at home when nobody's there to help. Now, before I share the next critical mistake people make, I want to invite you once more, if this message is resonating with you, if you're realizing how life-changing knowledge like this can be, subscribe right now. Not only will you keep yourself informed, but you'll also be supporting a mission of saving lives through awareness. Let me ask you something. Would you rather discover dangerous habits before they cost you, or only learn after it's too late? If your answer is the first one, then stay with me, because the next mistakes are even more surprising than the first. For example, did you know that something as simple as lying down right after symptoms start could actually make things worse? Or that driving yourself to the hospital, something many people think is strong and independent, could be one of the riskiest choices of all? And wait until you hear about the common medication mistake that doctors say people unknowingly make during heart attacks. It might be sitting right in your cabinet right now. We'll get into all of that, but remember, this channel is about keeping you one step ahead. So take 2 seconds, hit that subscribe button, and let's continue this journey together. Because here's the truth. Your heart has been working faithfully for you every second of your life. When it's in crisis, it needs you to respond quickly and wisely. You can't afford hesitation. You can't afford mistakes. And by staying informed, by learning not just what to do, but what not to do, you give yourself the best chance to live another day, to call your loved ones, and to keep creating memories. So don't go anywhere. The next mistakes could surprise you. And trust me, you'll want to know them before you ever find yourself facing this moment. Another mistake people make during a heart attack, and one that can be just as dangerous as the heart attack itself, is trying to drive themselves to the hospital. At first, this decision feels like the quickest way to get help. You're in pain, you know you need treatment, and instinct tells you to rush toward the emergency room. But here's the reality. This choice could cost you your life. When your heart is already struggling, your body is weak, your chest feels heavy, and dizziness or fainting can strike at any moment. Imagine being behind the wheel when your vision blurs, your body gives out, or your heart suddenly stops. Not only do you risk your own life, but you also endanger everyone else on the road. Doctors strongly advise against driving yourself in such a critical situation because the chance of collapsing before you arrive at the hospital is frighteningly high. What many people don't realize is how quickly a heart attack escalates. That initial discomfort, like pressure or squeezing in the chest, can turn into unbearable pain, shortness of breath, or sudden unconsciousness within minutes. Behind the wheel, there is no second chance if that happens. Even if you think you can make it, pain and panic will distract you, slow your reactions, and impair your ability to drive safely. The very minutes you hope to save by skipping the ambulance could be the exact minutes you lose forever. The truth is, the safest and smartest decision is always to call emergency services. Paramedics can begin treatment the moment they arrive, long before you reach the hospital. They bring oxygen, medications, defibrillators, and the ability to restart your heart if it suddenly stops. That kind of care is impossible if you're alone in a car. Those first few minutes of professional attention often determine whether a heart attack victim survives or not. By trying to handle it on your own, you're not just delaying help. You're denying yourself the very chance of survival. And here's something important to think about. Many people hesitate to call an ambulance because of cost, pride, or fear of causing a scene. But what is truly at stake? Medical bills can be managed later. Pride can be set aside, but your life, once lost, cannot be replaced. Calling an ambulance is not an overreaction. It is the one decision that could keep you alive long enough to get the treatment you desperately need. So if you ever feel the warning signs of a heart attack while you're alone, fight the urge to grab your car keys. Instead, stay calm, call emergency services, and if possible, unlock your front door so responders can reach you quickly. Keep your phone close, sit upright, and focus on breathing slowly while waiting for help to arrive. Your responsibility in that moment is not to drive. It is to survive. And if you find this information eye-opening and potentially life-saving, don't leave without hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing to our channel ensures that you never miss crucial health advice that could protect your life or the life of someone you love. Stay with us, because in our next segment, we'll reveal another common mistake people make during a heart attack. One that feels harmless but can actually make the situation far worse. You don't want to miss it. The fifth, and perhaps one of the deadliest mistakes people make when they're alone during a heart attack, is trying to tough it out and delaying the call for help. This mistake is far more common than most people realize. You might be surprised at how many men and women, even those who are well educated about health, convince themselves that what they're feeling isn't serious. They tell themselves, It's probably just fatigue. Maybe I didn't sleep well last night. It could be indigestion or maybe just stress. Have you ever done that? Brush something off, even though deep down you knew something wasn't right? If you've ever ignored your body's warning signs, you'll understand just how dangerous that little voice can be. The one that says, wait it out, don't bother anyone, it's not a big deal. But here's the truth. When it comes to a heart attack, that hesitation could be the very decision that takes away your chance to survive. Doctors say this hesitation is deadly because heart attacks move fast. The longer you wait, the less chance you have of surviving without major damage to your heart. Every single minute of delay means more heart muscle is starving for oxygen. And the terrifying part? Some of that damage can never be repaired. It's permanent. Now here's where I want you to lean in and pay close attention. There's something cardiologists call the golden hour. That's the first 60 minutes after a heart attack begins. If you get help during this window, doctors can often open the blocked artery and save your heart from long-term injury. But if you sit there arguing with yourself, convincing yourself that it will pass, you're wasting the most precious time you'll ever have. This is not like waiting for a headache to go away or for muscle pain to fade. This is your heart, your life force, crying out for help. Sadly, the numbers are heartbreaking. Many people never even make it to the hospital. They collapse before they can pick up the phone. Others call too late, and by the time they get medical help, the damage is so severe that their life is never the same again. Imagine the difference, one decision, one phone call, between surviving with a strong heart and never making it back home. That's why I keep saying, waiting is the most fatal mistake during a heart attack. But why do people wait? Pride is one reason. Nobody wants to feel weak. Nobody wants to be the person who called 911 for what turned out to be nothing. That fear of embarrassment, of finding out it was just indigestion, makes people stay quiet. But let me ask you this. If there was even a 1% chance that your house was on fire, would you ignore it because you didn't want to bother the fire department? Of course not. You'd call, and you'd call quickly. Why should your heart, the engine that's kept you alive every second of your life, deserve anything less? Another reason people wait is because of fear itself. Hospitals are scary. Ambulances are scary. The thought of being wheeled into an emergency room makes some people freeze up. But here's the powerful truth. Fear is not a reason to delay. Fear is the reason you should act faster. Paramedics are trained for this. They know exactly what to do. They can give you oxygen, stabilize your rhythm, and even restart your heart if it suddenly stops. Every second you wait alone is a second you could have had life-saving care at your side. And let's be real here. No breathing exercise, no glass of water, no sitting quietly is going to dissolve that blockage in your artery. A heart attack doesn't go away because you wish it away. It doesn't disappear because you're strong enough to handle it. This is not about toughness. This is about survival. The only way forward is immediate medical help. So if you're ever alone and feel the warning signs, chest pressure, pain spreading to your arm or jaw, shortness of breath, dizziness, or a sudden cold sweat, don't wait, not even for a minute. Pick up the phone, call emergency services, unlock your door, and sit upright while you wait. Keep your phone close, and don't waste time debating whether it's serious enough. If it feels unusual, if it feels frightening, it's serious. End of story. And before I continue, let me pause for just a second, because what we're talking about here could one day save your life or the life of someone you love. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Subscribing to this channel ensures that you never miss vital, life-saving information like this. Think of it as a small action you take today that could protect your tomorrow. Don't wait, just like you shouldn't wait during a heart attack. Subscribe now and stay prepared. Now let me paint a picture. Imagine you're home alone. It's late at night. You start feeling a strange pressure in your chest, something you've never felt before. It creeps up into your neck and down your arm. You start to sweat. Your breathing feels shallow. At that moment, you have two choices. You can say, maybe it's nothing. I'll just lie down for a while and see if it goes away. Or you can say, this is unusual and I won't risk it. I'm calling right now. One of those choices gives you a chance to live. The other steals it away. Which choice would you want your loved ones to make if they were in your shoes? That's the question you should ask yourself now, while you're calm, healthy, and able to think clearly. When you look at all the deadly mistakes people make during a heart attack, driving themselves to the hospital, lying down flat, taking the wrong medications, ignoring the warning signs, it becomes clear that survival is not just about what you do, but also about what you don't do. And among all these mistakes, delaying that call for help is the most dangerous. Because the truth is, time is not on your side during heart attack. Every second matters. I want you to remember something powerful. Your heart has been beating faithfully every single moment of your life. It has carried you through joy, stress, love, pain, and every ordinary day in between. When it cries out for help, don't ignore it. Don't delay. Respond quickly. Give it the best chance to keep beating for you, for your family, for your future. And before we wrap this up, I want to invite you again. Don't leave without subscribing. This channel is dedicated to giving you practical, life-saving knowledge that too many people learn too late. By subscribing, you're choosing to stay informed, to protect your health, and to be prepared for the unexpected. So here's the final takeaway. The deadliest mistake you can make during a heart attack is waiting too long. Don't gamble with your life. Don't let pride, fear, or doubt steal your precious minutes. Act fast, call for help, and give yourself the best chance to survive and recover. Stay strong, stay informed, and most importantly, stay alive. And if you're still here, hit that subscribe button now, because the next video we share could be the one that saved your life.